Alright, what's up guys, it is K8 Central here, and the day has finally come. Finally, after, I think, a year and a half of waiting. I think that's how long it's been since the game was announced. But finally, after that long, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 has officially been released in all territories now, including North America, Europe, and all the other ones, not just Japan anymore. So that means everyone around the world can now experience the goodness and the amazingness of Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and the stuff that comes in it. Well, I got the game early, as a lot of you may know, but just don't say anything about that. That's a secret. But anyways, yeah, this game is out to the masses now, and it's crazy to think about because this is probably the biggest Kingdom Hearts release we've gotten in a long while, probably since Dream Drop Distance 4.5 years ago, because of all the new stuff that's in it. We got 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage, which is just completely new game, pretty much. Then we got Kingdom Hearts Key Back Cover, which is, of course, the CGI animated movie. Then we got Dream Drop Distance, which we got before in the past, of course. But since we've only been getting HD re-releases over the past few years, this is the biggest Kingdom Hearts release, probably since Dream Drop Distance. So yeah, this is pretty exciting. And of course, with all this new stuff in here, we get a lot of new story to come with it to look over and analyze, because this game is pretty much a collection of games that lead up to Kingdom Hearts 3. It says in the title itself, Final Chapter Prologue, the prologue to the final chapter of the Xehanort Saga, Kingdom Hearts 3. And of course, since that's the case, everyone's been speculating what's going to be going on in these games, what's the story going to be like, what's going to be revealed in here, and generally what's going to be talked about that's going to lead into Kingdom Hearts 3. But now the game's out, and everything is now coming out from what these games have to offer and what is in these games now. So I just thought, you know what, why don't I do a spoiler talk for Kingdom Hearts 2.8, because again, there's a lot of story elements in here leading to Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I want to talk about it with you guys, my opinions and thoughts on it. Of course, no shit, spoiler alert, if you have not noticed that already. This video is mainly for people who have played the game and know what goes on in it, and also for people who just don't really give a shit, and that's your choice. I'm not going to stop you. But if you have not played the game yet, you want to experience it for yourself, don't watch this video. Leave right now, please. So yeah, why don't we just get into it? So first, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage, which is the majority of the things that get revealed leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3 is it. So of course this thing takes place right after the normal ending of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, but a little bit before the final mix ending of Birth by Sleep, so it's kind of in an in-between there. That is also the place where they teased Birth by Sleep Volume 2, which is this pretty much now. And of course she plays Aqua in the Realm of Darkness, which she is currently trapped in this game, and it pretty much tells the story of her little adventures in there, trying to figure out what's going on. And throughout this course of this game, the darkness keeps trying to mess with her, keeps showing her visions of her friends. There's like some alternate version of Aqua going around trying to mess with her, trying to mock her and tell her she's not good enough, you know. So this place is really fucking with her at the moment. So you go through the game, the first place you go to seems like a really fucked up version of Daybreak Town with Cinderella's castle in the background. Don't know what all that's about. Then you go to this weird mirror world kind of thing that looks like the mines from Snow White. And finally you end up in Enchanted Dominion, where you have to go through all these vine things, which I don't really like. But eventually she catches up to some visions of Terra and Ventus that she sees, and eventually it starts talking to her, and what she's seeing right now is not really Terra, but Terra's heart, really. What she sees is pretty much a illusion created by the darkness that she's been seeing all along, but Terra's heart, of course, consumed by darkness, can communicate with her through the realm of dark somehow, some way. I guess that kind of makes sense. But what she's seeing is not really him, it's just his heart, but she's seeing what she wants to see. And Ventus is kind of there, he doesn't really do anything. Terra can't see him because, of course, the darkness is kind of fucking with her, so she's showing her visions of Ventus. But whatever, they talk, and he says Xehanort is trying to find Ven currently, but she says that she hit him in a good place, so he can't find him. But then Terra succumbs to Terranort, the little Xehanort-possessed Terra version of him, and he tries to get the information for where Ven is out of her. But then Terra's heart or soul, whatever, I don't really know, comes out and says, yo, he's trying to get this out of you, and he stops him. But then Aqua gets grabbed by Darkseid and pulled into darkness to see that Terra is trying to fight a Terranort in there, and then she fades into the darkness to float on for God knows how long. Actually, I do know how long. Mickey says about 10 years when they eventually meet, but I'll talk about that later, because time flows differently in the realm of darkness, so time has been much slower for her, and it's been much faster in the realm of the light, so yeah. But then eventually Mickey finds her and gets her out of that whole drifty darkness thing. And then Mickey tells her that he's in the realm of darkness because he's trying to find this Keyblade specific to the realm of darkness to seal up Kingdom Hearts, because darkness is ravaging all the worlds, all the Heartless are going all around all over the place, consuming the worlds in darkness and just pretty much destroying them. So they gotta stop that by closing Kingdom Hearts. So, of course, I just retold you the plot of Kingdom Hearts 1. That's because the end of this game takes place during the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. That's kind of the twist I was talking about in my video where I had my thoughts and impressions on the game. That's kind of the twist that was in there. But whatever, they go to the darkness-consumed Destiny Islands, and they go through the cave, and they go through that little door thing that they always have and find the Keyblade there. So everything seems all good. They defeat a little Devil's Wave, I think that's what it's called, boss fight. That's that clump of Heartless that you always see in the trailers. And everything seems all good. It seems like Aqua's gonna get out of the realm of darkness. They're gonna close Kingdom Hearts. It's gonna be all good. So they get there. They're about to close that little door version of Kingdom Hearts. That's not exactly Kingdom Hearts, but it kind of is. And then Riku comes running in all of a sudden, and they get distracted by that, which is odd because in the original Kingdom Hearts ending, it shows Riku at the door trying to push it in the whole time while he's trying to close the door. But apparently before he even started closing the goddamn thing, Mickey, he was all running through the darkness willy-nilly. So that's kind of weird to me. Maybe he ran back when he does get eventually attacked by that Devil's Wave thing, or maybe it's just another illusion from the darkness. I don't know, but it seems kind of a little inconsistency right there. So I guess Riku wasn't there the whole time. It was just another illusion from the darkness during that KH1 ending. Tetsuo Nomura is a literal fucking god. But whatever, again, Riku gets attacked by the Devil's Wave thing, and then Aqua goes to defend him, and then Mickey goes and tries to defend her, but they both get attacked. They all get sucked in. And another really weird thing happens here. Because when Mickey gets sucked up by the Devil's Wave and lands back on the ground, he loses his outfit for some reason. I do not know. I'm guessing it's trying to explain why he has his regular old Disney outfit on in the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1, because they didn't think about Kingdom Hearts 0.2 way back then. But he just gets sucked up by the Devil's Wave, and his clothes are just gone. It just disappears with no explanation or anything, okay? It's just gone now. And that's really fucking weird. I want an explanation. What the fuck happened there? Tetsuo Nomura, why are you a literal fucking god? But weird story conveniences aside, so Aqua gets sucked back into the realm of darkness, which is really bad because he's gonna be there for a while now. That was her only chance to escape, and now it's gone. So yeah, Mickey stays behind to close the Kingdom Hearts door thing, which he eventually does. Which is another little interesting thing I want to talk about in here. Mickey's new voice actor. It's really, really weird sounding. It's, of course, by his new voice actor, Brent Iwan, I think that's how you say his name. And he has a much more deeper dialect than a normal Mickey would. So his voice is, of course, sounding different. And they use the original voice clip of Mickey from Kingdom Hearts 1 with the original voice actor in there. And it just sounds so different between the two. And it's so interesting to see how much deeper his voice actually is compared to the other one. And that's pretty much it for the normal ending of Birth by Sleep 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage. Now let's get on to the actual full ending of this game that you get to see if you watch the credits fully. And oh boy. So the first thing you see when the credits end is you see Aqua walking towards a hooded figure at the beach that you always see in the Realm of Darkness and all the Kingdom Hearts games. So pretty much it's teasing the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix ending right there, because that's the exact scenario that happens in it. So yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know why they had to have that in there, but I guess it's just to kind of connect the two things. Then we cut to the Mysterious Tower and Master Yi and Sid, because in like the first scene of the game, they're briefing Riku, Kairi, and Mickey on what's going to be needed to be done to stop Xehanort, because, you know, he's coming back. this whole plot of Kingdom Hearts 3. So they're pretty much briefing them on what they need to do. And the whole events of like Kingdom Hearts 0.2 is pretty much a flashback of Mickey's, because he's pretty much telling the story of how he met Aqua in the Dark Realm. So whatever, that finishes, and then we cut back to Riku, who's kind of mad that Mickey didn't tell him about all this, because he feels like he could have saved Aqua if he would have just told him about it. But Master Yin Sid said, no, you can't tell him that, because then he would have gone and tried to actually save Aqua in there, and it's really hard to get back into the Realm of Darkness, apparently. And also, it would have made him probably get stuck in there as well. So they did not want that to happen. But I guess they can go back in there easily now, so they say, fuck it, we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna get her out of there. So Mickey and Riku decide, you know what, we're gonna go stage this rescue attempt. And then Yin-Sid said, alright, and he gives them these two mysterious, like, little briefcase things, which I'm guessing is going to be their new costumes, because he says that they are needed for actually surviving in the Realm of Darkness, so I'm guessing it's some special new outfit that they're going to get, and that is the outfit they're going to be wearing in Kingdom Hearts 3. But that's where Mickey and Riku are going to be in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3. They're going to be going into the Realm of Darkness, they're going to find Aqua, and they're going to get her the fuck out of there. And of course, Kairi is there to say, hey, I want to help too, because I can wield the Keyblade now, because fuck it. Anyone and everyone in this universe can have a fucking Keyblade now. There's no chosen ones or just fucking special people. No. Anyone and everyone can and will wield a Keyblade at some point in this universe. Lee has a Keyblade. Kairi has a Keyblade. Fuck it. I even have a Keyblade. I don't care if it's the real world. I have a fucking Keyblade now because Tetsuo Nomura is God.
And you can't question him.
So Yin-Sid says, oh, I've trusted Merlin with training all the new Keyblade builders now, so I'll send you to him, including Lee. And let me just touch on this little subject as well. I think Alison Stoner as Kairi is fine. I mean, she's not the best Kairi in the world. I do think Hayden Panettiere is still a better Kairi, but, you know, she does a good job at it. Who knows what happened with scheduling and all that stuff. That's probably what happened there, so they had to get someone else to do it. So maybe she'll come back for Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see for that one. And then Sora comes back because, you know, he was off doing his own little adventures in the dream world for a while. Who knows what he was actually doing. He doesn't actually say in here, so we'll probably get some more answers from that in the actual Kingdom Hearts 3 game. And he was going to go see all his friends, and he's disappointed because they all left to go do their other little adventures, so he's kind of disappointed in that. But Yin-Sid makes him come there to tell him, hey, you lost all your powers going in there, so we got to get that shit back. And I know exactly the place to go get started with that. And then it's pretty much confirmed that Olympus Coliseum is going to be the very first world in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's going to be a required thing to go to because since Hercules is so strong and stuff, I guess he will go there to regain all his abilities. So Olympus Coliseum is pretty much confirmed to be the first required world you have to go to in Kingdom Hearts 3. Which is very interesting to me. I don't think they've ever make you go to like a regular old Disney World in the beginning of the game, just as like a required thing. But I guess it kind of makes sense in this context because you gotta get all his powers back. And so you gotta go to Hercules to get all that shit done. So that's gonna be very interesting to see how that goes. So they're about to go off to Olympus Coliseum in their gummy ship, and then they're having a lot of trouble getting there, and then Goofy says, "May your heart be your guiding key," which is a very important phrase in this game. Actually, it's a thing that a lot of Keyblade builders say. And I'm guessing it's really important to Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. So he says that, and then Sora does it, and then they're on their way to Olympus Coliseum, and then it cuts off saying reconnect Kingdom Hearts. So that's it for pretty much spoiler talk of 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage. I am sorry I spent a long time on that. I tend to ramble sometimes, I'm sorry. But anyways, it was a good experience overall. I do still think it was a bit short. I wish there was still more stuff to show off in there because I do feel that they do not feel enough in there to make you 100% satisfied. So I wish they would add more in there. Maybe they'll add some more stuff with updates. That will have to be seen. But for right now, that's what we got. And I do think it's an enjoyable experience if you go ahead and play this. It's a tease for what Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to play like. And it's a very interesting story to boot because it gives a lot of details on how Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to exactly be. So yeah. That's it for the spoiler talk of 0.2. Now let's go into Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, and oh boy, this fucking thing. I initially really enjoyed this movie because I guess my hype and excitement kind of blinded me originally when seeing this because it was Kingdom Hearts 2.8, and I got it early, and I got to see this thing before anyone else, so I kind of had a lot of excitement in me, so I guess I got a really good experience out of it that way. But I rewatched it again, and it really isn't that good. And that's because it raises so many more questions than it does answers. The marketing for this thing is really interesting because they always market it as there's going to be some answers to your questions in here. But there really isn't. There is so many more questions than answers in this thing, and it really, really does piss me off because they were kind of lying in that thing, and it just doesn't satisfy you at all. It's not really that great of a movie to begin with, at least writing-wise. The voice acting in this thing is incredible, and the graphics, oh my fucking god, they put their time into this thing, because Unreal Engine 4 is a fucking beast. I mean, come on. But it's just the writing and the way they execute it, and the way it just raises more questions, and the way your expectations going into this thing, it just ruins the experience for you, in my opinion. That's why there really isn't that much to talk about with spoiler talk, at least in this thing, because nothing really gets answered in here. You don't get to know who the traitor is, which was kind of the big thing they were marketing about, like, who is the traitor? We don't really get to know. I guess you can kind of get an answer for it, but you don't really actually know. Not really. They keep teasing the Master of Masters and his plans and that fucking box that they always keep showing. Never know what that's about. And the ending to this movie really fucking pisses me off because it's so clear that there was like an hour more to go in this thing, but they just cut it off like, oh, fuck you. We want to end it here because fuck it, Kingdom Hearts 3, I guess. You'll get the answers there. Or maybe in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key if you play that. But it just really infuriates me because it's so clear there's an hour left to this movie. This movie is not fucking finished. There's so many plots left up in the air. The traitor, the box, Master of Masters, Lucio, all that stuff. You don't really get to know what's going on. And I feel like maybe they did want to add more stuff to this. There was more to this than they actually wanted to put in here. But maybe because of time constraints, they didn't want to leave it in. So I feel like maybe one day they'll actually make a update to this thing to actually extend the movie if they get a lot of criticism for it. That's the thing. Because I've been reading some comments. There is a lot of criticism in there, but there is also a lot of positivity. It's kind of split down the middle, really. So who knows what they'll actually do, but I think a lot of people are really disappointed by this movie in that it just raises more questions than answers. So I hope maybe someday they'll add some more to this movie. But there is some stuff that is talked about in here, so I want to just go over that real quick. The main thing that we learn in here is the roles of the foretellers in here given to them by the Master of Masters. Because as we all know, the Master of Masters is gone now, and he is off somewhere, we don't know where. And we have Lucio in here, whose role is not really clear, but he's sent out to do something. But the main role in this group of foretellers is Ira. He's pretty much the leader of the group while the Master of Masters is gone. Acid, the one who wears the bear mask, is the guy who is pretty much Ira's right-hand man. He's the one who's supposed to be there to support him, and I guess to pretty much be a co-leader. Envy's role is to watch over all the foretellers to see if they're doing anything suspicious, according to the Master of Masters set list of things that are suspicious, I guess. Then we have Ava, who wears the fox mask, and her role is to gather up amazing Keyblade wielders and prepare them for the world that is ahead. And of course, that is the dandelions that she makes. And then we have Gula, who wears the mask of the leopard, and his role is to uncover the mysteries of the Book of Prophecies that the Master of Masters gave them and analyze it and study it pretty much. And in the movie, you can see how these roles kind of make them all have conflict in the movie, because the roles kind of each contradict each other, and each one conflicts with another person's role. So the Master of Masters seems like he's intentionally trying to get the foretellers to get mad at each other and see what would happen, I guess. I don't know. It's not really clear what his goals are, but it's clear that he's trying to turn the foretellers against each other in this thing. So they start out, Ira says they think there's a traitor among them because there is a dark cheer thief riding around and a missing page in the Book of Prophecies that he has, so I guess that means there's a traitor in their ranks. So he gives them that information. And people start wondering who the traitor actually is. There's alliances formed in there between Acid and Gula, which doesn't last very long. And Acid is always like paranoid of what's going on because he always wants to know who the traitor is. I guess he's scared like that. But the movie is pretty much about them getting pretty much torn apart and having conflict. and just trying to figure out who the traitor actually is. It's pretty much the thing in Kingdom Hearts, you know, trying to figure out who the thing actually is. And like I said before, we never know who the actual traitor is. It's a humongous thing. They keep hyping who's the traitor, but you never get to know who it is. So that is really, really bad about this movie. You just don't get many answers in there. That's pretty much all there is to talk about, spoiler-wise, with Kingdom Hearts key back cover. Again, this movie is unfinished. It's not done. There's so much more there is to talk about. Maybe that's what Season 2 of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is. Maybe they'll add a lot of new story with that thing. But still, it's not a satisfying enough experience. It's just a big teaser. And they hype this up, figuring out who the traitor is, but you never get to know who it is. And that's really, really disappointing for anyone who is watching this thing for the first time. So it's not really good. It doesn't satisfy you enough for actually wanting answers. You just want the thing to actually keep going, but it just stops, you know. So yeah, I'm not really happy with Kingdom Hearts key back cover. My opinions have changed drastically. But I guess that's pretty much the spoiler talk for Kingdom Hearts 2.8. This video was 20 minutes long, but there is kind of a lot to discuss. I went over it in a lot of detail, kind of, but still, I wanted to tell you guys all that because we could discuss it. So yeah, I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, nonetheless, you know. I do want to see what all is going on in here because, again, I still have questions. So hopefully we'll get that in Kingdom Hearts 3. We will. But I just don't want to wait so long to get the fucking answers. You know what I mean. So tell me down in the comments below what you thought of this. What do you think about the games in here? Did you like the story? What do you think about the stuff revealed in here about Kingdom Hearts 3? Are you excited still for Kingdom Hearts 3? Were you disappointed by it? Make sure to write down in the comments below your opinion. Also, make sure to subscribe and like this video because that'd be really awesome if you did. This has been K8 Central, and I will see you guys later. Bye!